Hello, hello, hello. Okay, guys, so I thought I would jump on here real quick because I'm kind of getting slammed with all these PMs or DMs or whatever the acronym is on how I've been losing the weight. So I at first thought, well, this has nothing to do with junk journaling, but I think actually it might have just a little bit. Just stay tuned. I'm serious. Okay, so this is me in all my glory. I was getting ready to go to my studio and fling some paint. And those of you that know me know that I actually really do just fling the paint. It's the funnest, freest thing I can tell you to go do as an artist. You have no expectations and it just kind of sets you free. But I thought I'm going to get on here as this morning alone, I got like so many messages when I was walking to the post office. I thought, hey, obviously people want to know. And so I just thought I would get on here and talk about it just real quick. Well, I never do anything quick, as you know. Um, so, um, but I just wanted to kind of address it. And I thought maybe this would reach more people. Um, so, first of all, welcome. Apparently, my channel is going to cover all kinds of subjects. I don't know. Maybe I'll get into podcasts next. so, as a lot of you know, I have been on a weight loss journey. And so I get a lot of questions about how I have lost the weight. So, first and foremost, and I'm going to put this in the description box, I'm not a doctor, okay? Duh. I am not a nurse. I am not in the healthcare profession whatsoever. So you really need to talk to your doctor, and you need to be very diligent in doing your own research. Okay, you don't take anybody's advice. I'm happy to share with you what's working for me, but please know that you do need to talk with your own doctor. So, disclaimer, 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 okay? So, let's just get down to business. So, about 18 months ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And I'll be really honest, I have been yo yo dieting since I was literally 9 years old. Like, seriously, in the 70s, they had this wonderful diet plan of like eat these two little caramel things for breakfast and luncheon, sip your tea, and then have a dinner. And listen, I grew up in the country with a very southern mother, and the only thing she knew how to cook with was bacon grease and lard. Okay, she was a fabulous cook. And tea, oh my goodness. So she would make sun tea, and she literally must have put, I don't know, an entire bag of sugar in it. Um, so I wouldn't say that I was raised necessarily with really good eating habits, but who of us are? Okay, literally, it's constantly changing. Uh, you can get advice from a million people. There's always the newest, latest, greatest diet plan. Um, and I literally would go to the doctor all these years. And if I was in my chubby season, then they always like would say you're pre-diabetic, because I was, and I never took it serious. So I will tell you right now, if you are at that stage of life where you are on the cusp of pre-diabetes, please take it serious. I never really understood just how serious diabetes is. It's very, very serious, and it is a true pain in the tush to deal with. Okay, so I would love for all of you to never experience it. Um, I also had gotten to a point in my life where I honestly didn't care that I was chubby. Okay, um, I don't have an overinflated opinion of myself, but I do have a healthy self-esteem. Okay, I spent years going through what we all go through, of really caring about what other people thought, and it kind of dawned on me that a 90% of these people, you're not even going to know their name. They're going to literally have no effect on your life whatsoever. Um, and society in itself kind of does this like pendulum. Like, this is the beauty standard. No, this is the beauty standard. No, this is how you must look. Like, let it go, okay? Just let it all go, and it literally will be freeing. And that is kind of where I was at. So I got up to about 256 pounds. It wasn't healthy, and I knew that, but dudes, I like to eat, okay? And I have still working on, a horrible eating plan, okay? So basically, I would go all day because I have a little ADHD. Those of you know that know me know that I struggle to sit. I have all these thoughts that kind of go through my head, and I'm always moving, and so I never stop to eat. But at night, I'm super tired. The fibromyalgia's kicked in, like all this thing, and then I would snack all night long. So I knew I had to change that. So when I was diagnosed with diabetes, and I had to literally start giving myself stomach injections and all of that, and I had a wonderful father-in-law who literally started having like body parts amputated. I'll be very honest, I took it very serious. I literally started the day afterwards. Now my husband's company provided for me different avenues. So I was able to talk with a nurse. I had a wonderful doctor who really worked with me. And I did have a nutritionist. And so all of that, I will let you know right now at the very top of this, there is no magic diet, okay? There just isn't. There's no magic pill. There is no magic diet that's gonna work. The first thing I would say is you really do have to just sit down and say, like, why am I overeating? And for me, I generally was overeating, one, because I was super, super tired and I had starved my body all day long. And two, because our family have been going through like all of this craziness. And so instead of dealing with those emotions, you know, for me, instead of taking it to Jesus, I was like gobbling it up. And you don't want to do that, straight up. Like, you have to just say, why do I do it? I love food. Okay, well, great. You can love food and still be healthy about it. So that was the first thing, is I had to, in my mind, again, this is all personal. So in my mind, I had to say, well, why do you keep yo-yo waiting? Like, literally, my whole life, I've gone up and down, up and down. I used to joke and say my husband was never tempted to have an affair because he had a different woman every year. Like, I dyed my hair different colors, and I was all over the range. I have been a size 4, and I have been a size 28. And so, like, I literally do extremes. So my suggestion to you is you have to understand, listen, I'm not against any program. You're going to have to figure out what works for you. For me, I could not do another diet. Like, my brain could not process one more diet plan, weighing and measuring my food, and, you know, I had to have this many macros, and I had to exercise this much. Like, I used to do the gym. I had, you know, I went to all the experts. And when you deal with a chronic illness or a pain illness like fibromyalgia, I'm telling you right now, unless you've lived it, nobody's going to be able, like, you have to talk to other people who deal with these kind of things and see what your body can actually tolerate. I know my limits with my body, and so I have been learning how to kind of walk that balance. Personally, for me with fibro, I can't sit too much and I can't do too much. There's like this weird balance. So the very first thing I did was I went out and I bought smaller plates, which I probably should go run and show you. So hold on, I'll go do that for you. Okay, so this was our dinner plates, okay? In America, our dinner plates are freaking huge. So I went and bought these little like salad plates. And hold on. Listen, this is me keeping it real with y'all, okay? This was our bowls. This is now my bowl. So do you see the difference? I wasn't going to weigh my food anymore. Okay. I'm not counting calories. I'm not doing any of that. And listen, that works for some people. Do it. You've got to find out what works for you. It didn't work for me. I've tried it. I've done every diet. Some of them I have more success, and some I've integrated even into what I do now. That was the first thing I did is I just simply went and I downsized my plates and stuff because my nutritionist wanted me to count calories, count carbs, because with diabetes, the carbs you eat actually convert into sugar. So it'll spike or lower your blood sugars. So I did have to educate myself on what would and would not spike it. Like 5 saltine crackers just about sent me to the emergency room. And so for me, I had to start learning what carbs I could and could not eat. I'm a big believer that God gave you everything on this earth that you need to not only heal your body, but that is good for you. You have to just go back to real food. Sorry, that is the truth of it. You got to eat real food. I live in a very small community. We don't have farmer markets. Well, we do, but they're like way out and they're not year round. So if you live in a bigger city, you have so much more options than I even have. Sorry, I'm always getting phone calls during this wonderful process. So hold on. Let me say no. Go away. Anyway, so I literally just went to real food. The other thing I did is I said, this time I can't say, oh, I'm never eating a piece of cake or I'm never having this again. Listen, all foods are open to me. I just did what I call the 80-20 rule. I don't know if that's a thing, but in my head, it became a thing. So 80% of the time, I try really hard to make good choices. And 20% of the time, I eat whatever I want, straight up. But what I do is I do it in smaller amounts. So say I want a piece of cake. So there's a restaurant in town that makes the most fabulous carrot cake. Like, this is homemade cream cheese frosting. It is to die for. When I want it and I have a craving for it and that craving goes for a couple of weeks, my husband takes me to that restaurant and I get some girlfriends together and I split it with everybody. I don't bring it home anymore because food talks to me. Like, I don't know, it'll be sitting in the fridge and I'll be having an insomniac night, and at midnight it'll be like, Jackie, come and get me. And I would go eat it. Okay, I have no self-control and I'm aware of that. So that is what I do. If I want the goodie, I eat the goodie. I just recently came back from a retreat and my wonderful girlfriends took me out to like Indian food and I really wanted what they had. But I had to make the choice to have like some grilled lamb and some grilled vegetables. Believe it or not, the more you digest healthy food, the more your body will start to crave it. The big issue I have now is making sure that I actually eat. Because I'm telling you from experience, if you don't eat, you won't lose weight. It'll shut your body down. So you have to eat. Now, I'm older. Love those grays. And I'm totally okay with getting older, but our bodies kind of slow down. And so I'm not working out at the gym 5 hours anymore. Like, it's unrealistic. I'd rather be in my studio, flinging paint and calling that cardio. So to maintain that, I try to make sure that I eat about 10 o'clock because I do have fibromyalgia. When I wake up, my body is inflamed, okay? So I have like many little flare-ups. It doesn't want to do anything. So about 10 o'clock is when I have discovered that I personally can start eating breakfast. So I try to make sure that I'm eating. I'm not always good. I have to literally keep shakes or whatever downstairs. And this retreat taught me that too because I am so social and I want to know everybody and talk to them. I didn't want to stop to eat. So if I make it to North Carolina, I'm literally going to put timers again, not that they work, but I'm going to have it sitting on the table before me so that I know I have to eat. So find whatever eating schedule works for you. I also don't eat after 6 o'clock. For me, that works fantastic. The other thing is I have no time limit. Wouldn't we all like to just wake up thin? Okay, I would love it. I would have loved to have lost all the weight in a year. It hasn't happened. I personally don't have a number to get to. I just want to feel good, and I'll just kind of know when I'm there. Now, my doctor has a number for me, and the reason we have that number is because I want to get off the injections. She works really well with me. Again, go find a doctor who's going to work with you. She knows I hate medications, and I hate them because of everything they had me on when I first got diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So I'm not a big pill taker, but she's working with me. So that we can find what works best for me. And listen, I'm also not against, if you need a diet aid or whatever, talk with your doctor. I can't give you advice on that. You literally have to just find what's going to work. But the best advice I can give you is A, talk to your doctor. 2, find what works for you. And please, please understand that it doesn't happen overnight. I started in November 2022, I believe. So it's been almost 2 years for me. And while I think I'm like 1 pound from losing 90 pounds, I still have like 30 pounds. I have like 17 pounds or something like that before I hit the number to see if I can go off the injections. So I hope that helps, okay? I really do. I hope that encourages you. I know that it isn't like the easy answer, or like I can't give you just a written diet plan. Now, that being said, those of you who are on my Facebook, they're like, oh, you take lots of pictures of your food. Okay, so I'm going to actually tell you why. There's a couple of things, all right? Before Jesus, I kind of had this ornery personality, and every now and then it raises its ugly little head, and I can get a little ornery still sometimes. So my brain doesn't work like normal people. So when you troll me, or you say like something nasty to me about me, okay? I'm not talking about if you're going to say something nasty about Jesus or whatever, but like if you're trolling me, it literally goes over my head. I told you, I'm just not normal. Because I realized a long time ago that the people that are nasty and hateful, they don't affect your life in the real world, okay? We're in this weird generation of social media. And everybody's so caught up in it that I literally, in my brain, separated the two. I have my real life and I have my play world. And I love my play friends and I love my play world. But 90% of, I'm not going to meet most of the people. I've had the honest pleasure of meeting the most incredible people. And I love them. And I'm so glad they're in my life. And they help me in so many ways. The reason I said that I was going to do this video and it doesn't really have anything to do with junk journaling, in a way it does. Because how you view yourself is going to reflect in your art, okay? And so when I found out that like my insurance and all that wanted me to do all these classes, I thought, I cannot do this again. I cannot have a food journal. Like I have 3 journals. I don't need another one. So I started taking pictures. So when I have my monthly nutritionist meeting, I was like, do you want to see what I ate? There you go. And honestly, like I don't see the nutritionist no more, but I've gotten a few comments or opinions or critiques. And so now I do it just because I'm ornery and I'm like, here you go. So if you ever see me flood things with a bunch of selfies or like a bunch of food pictures, it's because somebody sent me a really nasty PM. I don't know what to say. It's how I deal with it. And that would be the other thing I really wanted to address. Listen, you got to understand that y'all are creative. When I went to this retreat, I met the most amazing people. They were so talented. So incredibly talented, each and every one of them. And it kind of broke my heart that a few of them didn't think that they belonged. Like, I don't even know what that means, but they didn't think that their art was up to par. And I looked at their art and they were amazing. And so how you view yourself is going to come out in your art. And like I said, I don't have an inflated sense of my personality. I don't really think about those things anymore. I I am what I am. I try to improve every day. I try to be loving and kind and all those things that we should be to one another. I don't like get offended easily anymore, because for me, I understand that like if I'm all bitter and unforgiving, like it made me nasty. And it didn't affect the person that I was all offended with. And so you literally have to explain to me when you're trying to offend me, okay? Because I don't get it, okay? Trolls, I'm doing the happy dance because I thought, wow, I've literally had enough views that somebody felt the need to get on and say something nasty to me or PM me something nasty like, hi, I don't get you, okay? I don't understand why you would be nasty to anybody, okay? But it's not a reflection of me. It's a reflection of the person. And I don't feel a need to be nasty back to you. I'm just telling you, it's kind of a waste of your time. I would hope my channel would be a very safe place for everybody. That is what I'm trying to create. I want a place that I'm real with you. I show you my mistakes. I show you my blunders. And I show you what works for me. Like, I like to try new things because, you know, I never know what personality I'm working with that day. Like, I go across the genre in everything. And so losing weight has helped me build a stamina where I can do more things than I used to be able to do. But the simple fact that I let go of any perceptions that I thought people would have of me, you have to just let it go, especially if you're an artist. Because I'm a big believer, we're all gifted. God gave all of us this creativity. It's learning how to express that out. And so if in your head you're thinking that, hey, I'm not good enough, it's going to hinder your ability to let all of that just flow out of you naturally. I am clueless. Like, I literally almost named my channel Clueless Crafting because I am. You know, I have people say, oh, I wish that I could like start a channel, or they would write me things like, oh, I wish I could cut my hair off. You know, dude, you could do anything you want. It's how you perceive you. And if you don't care what anybody is thinking about you, you're going to exude and put out that you have all this confidence, because I literally am clueless. I don't think about it. I'm not saying my feelings don't get hurt. I just don't stay in that arena for very long because it's such a waste of time. Like it is. Like, what can you do? You're not going to make everybody happy. So why try? So get in that craft room. You know, get yourself healthy because that matters. You can do more art if you are healthy. But just let it go. And again, I'm a big believer that everybody has their tribe, okay? I'm not everybody's cup of tea, okay? I'm never going to be everybody's cup of tea. Some people literally have to take my personality in a time capsule. Like, I have to be time released for them because I'm too over the top. But for other people, Vanessa, you know who I'm talking about. We thrive off each other. We literally don't breathe when we're together because we're like this. But you'll find your tribe. You'll find your people. I found some of the most amazing artists when I was at this retreat, and I connected with them. And I loved everybody that was there. And every table that I walked by, each artist literally inspired me. Every single one. There was not one artist at that retreat that did not inspire me. And listen, I really, really did this. I'm putting it out because I hope you all know I really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, I believe that all of you do amazing work. And we all have room. I am not competitive because of that. The biggest YouTube creator artists on YouTube right now, look at their numbers, 1 million, 2 million, whatever they are. Like, I don't look at the numbers, sorry. But whatever their number is, divide that by the population, okay? there is more than enough room for every single person out there, okay? We have this wonderful venue of YouTube to express ourselves. We're all in different seasons. I'm very, very new to paper crafting. Very new. I'm going into my 4th year. And I found for me that what I love to do is more grunge. I love mixed media. I like the different textures. I like to work with canvas, and I like to do junk journals, and I'm all over the map, dudes, okay? But find your people. Find your tribe. Find people that are going to inspire you every single day, okay? And let loose of the trolls, okay? And don't ever, ever look at their comment and put that as a mirror in front of your face of who you are, because it's not who you are, it's who they are, okay? And so I hope that helps you all. Again, I did it because I cannot answer all the messages that I get in a day. I try really hard to make sure that I'm always getting on and looking at your comments and responding to you. If I've missed it, I am so sorry. But I do try. But I also have to be in the present time with my family, because my family does come first. And so I have this little span of time in the day. And then there's studio time, which I'm getting ready to go do. So thank you. I hope this helps. I don't know. Maybe this is just me jabbering to myself. I literally don't know. But I hope it encourages you to get healthy. Find what works for you. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. If you need somebody who will, woo, 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 that's me. Whoa, dude. That kind of bothers me, but what are you gonna do? I'll be your biggest cheerleader. I'll cheer you on. I really am here for that. But when it comes to your art, I really can't say enough. I have been incredibly blessed with a tribe of women who took the time to encourage me and build me up. Sheila Ginrich was the very first when I literally was cutting up my clothes to make a junk journal. From day one, Boho Daydreams and Sheila Ginrich stepped out and encouraged me, and she's been pushing me ever since. I am the problem child of the group. Sorry. It takes me a while to get it. Okay? It just does. But she never stopped encouraging me. I would hope that I can pay that forward to everybody in my life. And for every season that I grow as an artist, because we do have seasons, it's so wonderful. God will just send me all these other amazing artists who I'm going to learn from. And I would truly hope that I could be that for somebody out there. If it's just one person, that's okay. Literally, the only reason I have to track numbers is because I said I'd put out Happy Mail. So I only look on Sunday. I don't look at how long you're watching. I don't look at all of that because it can hurt your brain, and it just I can't do it. It'll grow. The channel will grow as it grows. But the original intent has always been to just find like-minded artists that I could personally inspire and encourage, and who in return could inspire me. Because if you subscribe to my channel, I really do try to go subscribe to yours. So I hope this helps. I don't know. I get these harebrained ideas to do these things. But again, I'll be your biggest cheerleader. So whether you have 5 pounds or 200 pounds, if you need a cheerleader, I'm happy to. I can't give you any medical advice. I can't write out a diet plan for you. And I'm really, really lazy at cooking now. So that's what crock pots were invented for. And no, I don't do Instapot because that's electronic, and yeah, not enough brain power in there to have to learn one more technical thing. It's above my pay grade. So guys, thanks for stopping by. I really do hope that this encourages you all. And I really, really hope that you will start posting all your fabulous work, because I know I was super, super inspired. So if your first name starts with a J and your husband had a little chat with me with coffee, I really, really want to see your work. I'm not saying her name because, like, I don't know whose name I can and cannot say. So if you were at the retreat and I'm allowed to mention your name, would you shoot me a PM so I can? Because I would never, like, mention somebody's name who didn't want to know. But, like, totally inspired across the board, from fashion on. Teresa, those overalls, oh my gosh. And Kat, oh my gosh, girl, I'm coming to live with you. Fabulous wardrobe. So, if you can follow along with my scattered brain, come join me. And guys, I wish you the most fantastic day. I wish you nothing but happiness. And if I can help in any way, just let me know. Okay, guys, I'm off to the studio. I ain't filming today because I got to try out some new things. Ciao. Oh, sorry. See you on the flip side.